All right, man, welcome to another lesson, another teaching, and today is going to be on the law of least resistance, or in other words, strategic patience. Strategic patience. Remember, when you grow spiritually, when you get better spiritually, everything else gets better. When you get better spiritually, everything else gets better. I'm so excited about today's lesson because I am pulling from experience and research on how we as a culture are like minimizing working hard, and working with strategy instead, right? Remember, when you get better spiritually, everything else gets better. And spirituality is not just religion. It's not even religion. Spirituality is being aware of self and how you maneuver and how you think and how you feel. All of those factors equates to your spiritual development. So today's lesson is not going to be long, right? It's going to be talking about strategic patience, or the law of least resistance. Now I have my notes to share, and the law of least resistance says most of our efforts is wasted energy since we don't establish rhythm and alignment within our actions. The steps that we take towards a goal, the steps that we take towards dating, the steps that we take towards our diet is just wasted energy if there's no established rhythm or alignment in your actions. How many times have you went on the apps or went out in person and tried to date people, but you didn't really have any rhythm in your dating process? You were just dating anything. You didn't even have a type. You don't even know what you're looking for. There's no rhythm established there. How many times have you tried eating fruit and vegetables for a day or two, and then the third day you back eating chicken McNuggets at midnight again because that's the only spot that's open? How many times have you tried to establish a new goal in your life or attain a new promotion or a new career field, but you don't have a sense of rhythm or alignment with what you're doing? I have a friend who's looking for his next big step, right? And he doesn't really know where he wants to go. He doesn't know what he wants to do. I have another friend who's wanting to move in another location outside of where he lives at. He has so many options into what states he can live in, what countries he might explore or live in, but he's not really locked into one particular space. There's no rhythm established. It's just random thoughts. There's no strategy, and there sure as hell isn't any patience. Because if I'm patient, I'm not frustrated. If I'm patient, I'm not rushing. If I'm patient, my pace is exactly where it needs to be. I'm so excited to get into the meat of this. So to establish any type of rhythm, right, you need direction. Direction and clarity. If I want to establish a goal, right now I'm kind of in the midst of, not really, because I'm not really locked in for real, but I'm in the midst of improving my diet, right? And if I wanted to have a rhythm in how I eat, if I wanted to be in alignment with how I eat, I must become very clear on the direction I must take, and I must become very clear on the foods that I will allow and foods that I will avoid to eat. That's just one example. I must sit with myself and determine these steps before I take action. Taking mindless action is not going to give me the desired results I'm looking for, right? I need strategy and my game plan. So I must sit down with myself. I must decide, what do I want to do for work? Now this may take time to gain clarity on, but the more you sit with yourself and study it, the more it will come to you, rather you come to it. That's what spiritual development is. Opportunities and clarity come to you. You don't have to seek it out. It will come to you as you're casually living your life. You understand? Establishing rhythm is a way of doing something, right? It's a movement. It's a motion of doing something. But sometimes it's not physical. It's more so mental. It's emotional. It's spiritual. You have to do things in another realm before it can translate into the physical realm. Soak that in for a second. You must do things in another realm of reality before it can translate to the physical realm. That's rhythm. Let's continue. So as a culture, we've been conditioned to believe that if something comes easy, I love this right here, I hope you're listening. We've been conditioned to believe if something comes easy, the value is lesser. We live in a, hold on. One time for the one time. We live in a society where most people believe they have to work hard and grind and wake up at 4 in the morning to accomplish their goals. Now, I know it looks good. I know when I look on social media, I actually see people, or so to say, people who are something was on the floor that was sticky. You come across people who reinforce this belief. So if you see somebody who's jacked up, or if you see a female whose body looks slim good and she's making money or he's making money and they're flying to different countries and they're sharing a narrative of how they got to where they're at. Work hard, man, don't give up, do this, do that. That's what we perceive as results driven. So we multiply, or we we duplicate their process as if it is our process, because they got to where they're at because they believed in themselves. They believed in themselves, and they believed that working hard was the route to go. I want to say that again. They believed that working hard was the route to go. Now, I want to be clear. They probably did have some strategy. They probably did have some direction and clarity to get to where they're at, no doubt. But that does not have to be your reality. You can operate on a whole different realm of life if you believe that you can. I'm not in this space for I'm a therapist. I'm a black man. I'm spiritually locked in and in tune. I'm not here by just random. I'm here because of natural steps that I've taken to study myself, to build myself, and to pour it into my tribe. So we've been conditioned to believe that when something comes easy, its value is lesser. You're not working hard because of the task. You are doing it because you believe you have to. I'm not going to work hard to get my results. I'm going to work strategically in alignment in my spiritual development. Right? I'm going to allow the mind to do the work for me because it's a tool for me to use. And I'm going to allow the universe to physically align things as I take my steps. As I'm building my next opportunity, as I'm building my next group home, I'm going to allow the universe to give me the clarity, give me the answers to where I need to go. I'm still putting in work, but it's not hard work. I'm not raising my sleeve up. I'm in alignment, so the answers are coming to me. The people are coming to me to fulfill my goal. Strategic patience is recognizing that timing is more important than effort. Timing is more important . Alright, y'all, timing is more important than effort. So I noticed at 28, right, I thought to myself like, I wonder if I could have been further in life if I would have did something differently at 24. I wonder if I could have if I would have made better steps, or more, more physical steps when I was 25, 26. Will life be looking different for me at 28? Let me tell you something. I was not mature enough to manage the magnitude of my success that I have now. I wasn't. I didn't have the discipline. The self-control wasn't there. I was still enjoying the third dimension of reality. So the timing was not correct in that time frame. If the universe wanted to bless me with $2 million in the lottery, there's a timing for that to happen, so you won't lose yourself in the process. You think the money will be perfect now, but timing is so much more important, right? When you put in forth effort, it's not going to get you anywhere if the season that you're in is not in alignment to that effort you're putting out. I want to say it again. If you're putting in hella effort in the wrong season, in the wrong timing, is not going to give you the results that you desire. Right? You have to be solely connected to what you are supposed to be doing in each and every season of your life. You know when the seasons are shifting, right? You want to have direction and clarity first and foremost. That's the premise. That's the foundation of where we must start. After you gain those things, then you can get about the business of taking desired action into your goals. During the wait period, the best thing you can do, and the thing that I'm learning too, is visualize. Listen, when you don't know what action to take, use what you have that's free of charge and visualize your desired reality. Visualize how you want your results to look. Visualize the type of person that you wish to date. Visualize. I hope you can see the board. Let me see. Visualize your results during the waiting period, during when you feel like things are not at a steady pace or you feel like it's not fast enough. Visualize the next steps that you desire. Let me scratch that. Visualize who you need to be to accomplish whatever you're trying to do. If you want to be in a relationship, visualize yourself being a loving person, because you're going to magnetize everybody that you are reflecting of. I don't want this to be too long, right? The law of least resistance says, when I am desiring a goal, I must have strategy and I must have patience, and I must develop some direction and clarity where I'm going. Do not allow this culture to make you think that you have to work hard every single step to get to where you need to get to. Use your mind as a tool, use your mind as leverage to accomplish your goals. Hey, when you get better spiritually, everything else gets better. Until next time, hey, we setting the tone.